I have been with Dymphna 9 or 10 years, on and off. I saw some advertisements 9 or 10 years ago for a course that she was running, and it just really grabbed my interest. I was fairly young, newly married, just couldn't get it out of my head, and decided I was going to go along to that course and just see what it was all about. And it really changed my way of thinking. You know, one weekend changed my whole life, the way I looked at life, the way what I wanted to achieve out of life, and really sort of stroked that fire of the love of property. For me, I do really, really enjoy everything to do with property. What's brought me here today to the USA course? I have always had an interest in investing in the US market for a good 7 years, but that was never the right time for us. We weren't mature enough to do that. And now I just feel that it's the right time. So I've done my course books, and I've done my homework, and I've set up my entities, and I trotted off to the US earlier this year and have purchased our first property just to dip our toe in the market, and we intend to go back and do some more investing there. I think it's actually the confidence to give it a try. You need all that information, you need all the learning, you need all the contacts, the strategies, the legal knowledge, the accounting knowledge. You need all of that to have that confidence to go ahead and give something a try. But really just the attitude Dymphna infuses in people that, yes, you can do this. Why on earth can't you do this? Of course you can do this. And I remember meeting her at the dinner at the very first event I went to, and I said, I think I could actually give this a go. And she said, of course you could. Why couldn't you? Yeah. And although we haven't, I haven't retired by 30, I'm way past 30 now. I think that was my initial goal. We have made every mistake in the book because life is very distracting and things come along. But I've never lost that enthusiasm and knowledge of that's where I want to end up and where I want to go, and that knowledge is never lost. What you learn is never lost. You can always come back to it and make it happen. First of all, the price points, the fact that we have a reciprocal tax arrangement and that the legal protections are somewhat similar to in Australia, all of that was very attractive. But I just saw that the figures could work under certain circumstances and at certain times in your life, and I just knew there would come a time when that was the right step for us to take, and it's just the perfect thing for us to do at this very moment. And compared to the Australian market where it's at, compared to the capital we've got to invest, it just seems to be working well for us. I would love to continue to invest in property and to really stick to the plan this time. I mean, 9 years is a long time to have deviated from the plan along the way, and I haven't done a whole lot of investing in the last 6 years since I had my little twins, but I really have learnt the value of not chopping and changing, of sticking to a plan, of just working away at it. And so I hope that in 10 years' time, the future will be very bright, and we can say we've stuck to a plan and it worked. I think risk management. I have a fairly high risk profile, but I want to do things in a way that protects me and my family, and I think that is something that Dymphna is very big on. I think that's probably the advice I would give to anyone, because it applies to everyone, no matter what your circumstances. If you have a fortune to invest, if you have a small amount to invest, you have to get your risk strategies in place for you, and I think that is something that I wouldn't consider not doing, thanks to Dymphna. I need to stay motivated, so being around like-minded people, having that interaction and getting inspiration from talking to people who are interested in the same things, of seeing stories that have worked for other people, of seeing actions that other people have taken. That's the biggest, most important thing for me. I would say check out if it's right for you, and you can only do that by learning, coming along with an open mind. A lot of it is your attitude that you take in. If you see problems or solutions and how you can go about fixing them. I would say that for me, real estate investing has not been, there's nothing passive about your income. It's hard work, but if you love it, it sure beats earning any money any other way that I've come across.